feasibility study adopted by CAHAI at its third plenary meeting is a crucial document for two reasons. Firstly, because it provides a first fact-finding exercise, mapping risks that arise from the design, development and application of artificial intelligence on human rights, rule of law and democracy on the one hand, and existing international legal instruments and ethical guidelines on the other hand. This exercise shows that current rules will not suffice to create the necessary legal certainty, trust and level playing field that we need to guide AI innovation in the right direction. That is, the direction in which AI can truly serve humankind in a sustainable manner. Secondly, because the study outlines the main elements for a Council of Europe legal framework. It maps key substantive rights and key obligations. It lists advantages and disadvantages of various instruments, ranging from modernizing existing conventions over adopting a new treaty to various soft law instruments. And it elaborates on the role and types of compliance mechanisms, such as certification, audits, regulatory sandboxes and monitoring schemes, as well as the role of different actors in the process.
In its feasibility study, the CAHAI concluded that AI represents a major opportunity for each individual and for society as a whole. For example, to reach the Sustainable Development Goals of the UN, or to improve the quality of governance, e.g. by enhancing accountability, responsiveness and efficiency of public institutions, helping to fight corruption and fostering pluralism. But the increased reliance on AI entails substantive risks, in particular to human rights, democracy and the rule of law. Discrimination, mass surveillance, the weakening of human autonomy, information distortion, electoral interferences and digital exclusion are concrete concerns that are being expressed in relation to AI.
The existing legal instruments were developed before AI technology became commonplace, and their number and diversity make it difficult to apply them to the AI context in a consistent and comprehensive manner. Soft law instruments rely only on voluntary compliance, and as a result, their effectiveness is limited. We can say that while there is no legal vacuum as regards AI regulation, substantive and procedural legal gaps nevertheless exist. The general and broad nature of the rights and obligations in existing instruments create interpretation difficulties. In addition, a number of important principles, such as human control and oversight and the transparency and explainability of AI systems, are not currently legally assured. Moreover, the current legal mechanisms do not sufficiently address the societal dimensions of AI's risks, for instance, to electoral processes or to democratic institutions. These regulatory gaps create uncertainty for the stakeholders, which may also stand in the way of important innovation. Therefore, CAHAI is of the view that a comprehensive legal framework for AI systems could help provide the contours in which innovation can be stimulated and AI's benefits can be optimized, while also ensuring the protection of human rights, democracy, and the rule of law.
The CAHAI feasibility study has established that an appropriate legal framework would likely consist of a combination of binding and non-binding legal instruments which complement each other. A binding instrument of horizontal character, such as a convention or a framework convention, could consolidate general common principles which would need to be contextualized to apply to the AI environment and a risk-based approach, and it would also include more granular provisions in line with the rights, obligations and principles which were identified in the feasibility study. The legal framework should not be overly prescriptive in order to remain relevant over time, and it should tackle specific risks while simultaneously ensuring flourishing of socially beneficial innovation.